What's going on, guys? So I am actually sitting outside the theater. I'm actually going to be seeing a movie called The Outrun tonight, but I wanted to do my review for Azrael. So without further ado, let's talk about the horror film Azrael, which will be premiering on Shudder later on at another date and is produced by IFC Films. In a world where no one speaks, a devout female hunts down a young woman who has escaped from imprisonment. The film stars Carmen's son, Samara Weaving, and Nathan Stewart Jarrett, and was directed by E.L Katz, and I've never seen any of his previous works. All right, so going into Azrael, I didn't really know too much about this film. I actually just saw like a quick little clip online and saw that Samara Weaving was in this film and that it took place in the woods. And that's really all I knew going into this film, so I really didn't know too much of anything going into this film. I also didn't know going into this film also that there wasn't going to be pretty much any dialogue. There is like a small smidge of dialogue in the beginning of the film with the girl's boyfriend, Samara Weaving's boyfriend in this. And then there's also like some foreign language like later on in like the middle of the film, which I don't know what the heck the guy was saying because there's no subtitles. But other than that, it is pretty much a dialogue-less film, and it is a horror film. And I did like the way the film was actually shot. It all takes place in the woods, and there's a lot of mix of daytime shots and also nighttime shots. And also what I liked about the film as well is there's a lot of blood and gore in this. There's these strange creatures that look like charred little creatures, kind of like Insidious. If you've seen the Insidious films, you know that the devil is really black and he kind of looks kind of charred looking. And there's these creatures in the woods that are lurking around that really like blood. And they kind of walk like zombies and they walk kind of slow at times. But they're really creepy and they do a really good job of like utilizing those characters. There's also this cult that is going after Samara Weaving. They have this fascination of actually bringing her in. And I believe that she was actually a part of this cult at some point, but I'm not too sure. This takes place during a rapture. And I think most of the people that are left on earth are mainly the ones that didn't get decided to go into heaven. And they're either being decided later on if they're going to go to heaven, or they are just considered bad people and they basically are on hell, so to speak. There isn't a lot of resources for a lot of these people, and they have this small little village that's kind of just wrapped in barbed wire. They also have this centralized piece in which they are worshiping at this kind of church, so to speak. There's a lot of paintings and weird scripture and weird things that are in this little church they have. They have the pews and everything, and they're praying to a sort of God. I'm not sure exactly what religion they are, but I do believe they worship the devil. There is the person that's obviously doing these different sermons, and she's actually pregnant herself. So that was kind of interesting. I did like the cinematography, like I said. I love the woods setting. I love the different daytime shots, the nighttime shots. And there's a lot of tension in this film, which I really did like. The gore in this film, it's outrageous. It's absolutely over the top. People's heads are getting actually ripped off. There's blood, there's guts. If you like that sort of thing, you're definitely going to like it. The one thing that really brings it down, though, for me as a film is it doesn't have a lot of explanation of certain things that are going on. Like I said, there's pretty much no dialogue in this film, so you're just watching characters kind of run around and kind of inferring certain things that are really going on and discovering things within this village and then also in the woods, which there's a lot of effective things that are really going on. Despite the fact that there's no dialogue pretty much in this film, I had a good time with it. It really was a lot of fun. There's a lot of action. There's some scary moments. It's a lot of tensified moments as well. And the music, it flows well with it. And just overall, I thought they did a pretty good job. Like I said, there's not a lot of development with certain characters, and there's not a lot of explaining of things, so that kind of knocks it down for me a little bit. But overall, I had a really good time with this film, and I would rate it a 3.5 out of 5. And I definitely say that you should check this film out. Definitely when it comes to Shudder, definitely check it out. I do think that it'll look good on a 4K TV. I do think there's a lot of shots in this film, especially during the daytime and even during the nighttime, where I do think that it will pop on screen, definitely on a 4K TV. So definitely look forward to that if you have a 4K TV. Overall, for me, I enjoyed this film and I definitely recommend it. Let me know down in the comments, what did you guys think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you just think it was kind of meh? And let me know also, what did you think about Samara Weaving's performance? Because I actually did like her performance in here. It definitely reminded me very much of Ready or Not, but the fact that it's obviously out in nature versus just being in a house. So that was really cool to see her in this film, and I had a great time. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.